Y'all, I cannot figure this situation out. I just keep going back and forth because of all of the stuff that keeps coming out. Before we get into this video though, I do want to let you guys know that this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Please remember to be kind to everybody everywhere in your everyday life, in your home, in the grocery store, and especially in the comment section down below. Please do not show hate to anybody, anywhere. Good morning, my lovelies, my beauties, my friends. My name is Christina and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I really hope that you will subscribe, stick around, take a chance in hearing some things that I have to say. And if you are a returning subscriber, y'all already know, y'all are my babies. So good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everybody doing today? I hope you all are having an amazing day. I hope y'all had a wonderful weekend. I hope if it wasn't too hot or too cold. Is it cold yet? Yeah, maybe in some places. I hope you guys got to get outside, get some fresh air, go for a walk, and I hope y'all were drinking your water. So in today's video, we're going to be doing a part 2 to the Lindsay Shiver case slash situation slash whole hot mess. Do you hear me? Because whoa. If you're not all caught up on what's going on with Lindsay Shiver, I highly suggest you check out my playlist and watch the video that I put out before this, and it's going to get you all caught up. And it's not just going to tell one side of the story. It's got some information in there. Okay, so y'all go watch that video first, because otherwise we're just going to pick right up in this video from that one. Now, some more body cam footage has been released. Now, this is a situation that happened on April 30th of this year, 2023. This is when Lindsay called the police against, I guess, her mother-in-law, who is her soon-to-be ex-husband Robert's mom, and then also the mother-in-law, whose name is Robin, called the police on Lindsay, and they're both talking to the cops, telling their sides of what just happened. And it's pretty interesting when you watch it. It's the things that make you go, what's really going on here? Before we get into it though, I did want to let you guys know, if you don't know, hi, my name is Christina. I do have a Patreon. My Patreon is for 18 and up. Over there, we talk about more personal story times. We go live over there. I also have a $2 tier over there where all of the true crime stuff that can't go onto YouTube due to their terms and policies, that goes over on my Patreon. I also have an Instagram, a Snapchat, and a Facebook, and those are always linked down in the description box if you'd like to come and check me out. So spoiler alert, okay, a bit of my opinion right up front here. This has been a nasty divorce between Lindsay and Robert. There has been so much back and forth. And after watching this body cam footage, I do have some new opinions that I did not have in the other video that I did. Now, I do want to say that everything that is going to be stated in this video from me is alleged. It's all my opinion based on very, very, very public information that is already out there. I'm not a professional. Go do your own research and form your own opinions. Just don't show hate to anybody anywhere. So one thing I can tell y'all that I feel like I've learned from watching this situation and this body cam footage is that Robert's family is heavily involved in their divorce. Now, I want to mention that this body cam footage, again, was filmed on April 30th, okay? He filed for the divorce on April 5th. She filed for the divorce on April 6th. So this is a few weeks after. Now, at this point, tensions are probably pretty high, and there's a lot of money and equity at stake in this divorce. Just a quick refresher, they live in a $2.5 million home. I mean, Robert's family is pretty well off, that we know for sure. I mean, they own a $5 million home down in the Bahamas just as a vacation home and a private jet. I mean, they doing very, very, very well for themselves. Now, it is alleged that Lindsay's family has got decent money too. I don't know how true that is. I can't back it up, but I know that we can look at Robert's home and their family home and their private jet, and we can pretty much guess that they're not middle class. So there's a lot of money at stake here, which can make a divorce hard. In this situation, Lindsay and Robin both called the police. Now, Robin said that she called them because Lindsay was following her. She felt like, maybe she was stalking her and that she was afraid for her life. She was scared of her. Now, this is on April 30th. I think it's important to remember these dates here. She was scared of her. She says that she's unhinged. She has been on substances that they believe that they just cannot prove it, and that she just came back from a weekend with her boyfriend in the Bahamas.
We were rushing over to get to you.
Yes, I mean, my heart's racing 90 to nothing because of the episode. They talked to her last night. She's delusional, and we know that. And her mom and husband, myself, we're all like, you've got to go get some help. You've got to go get some help. You're mental. And she denies it. And then she left the kids this week and went down to the Bahamas. She could have gotten hold of some down there that everybody thinks she's definitely on, but we can't prove it unless we get a hair sample. So if we could get a hair sample and y'all send it off, or if she could get checked out by a doctor right now, they might can find out more that she's been doing these last 4 days in the Bahamas by herself. That myself or Robert would not ever see these kids again. But now, threatening my life, we hope not. I mean, my heart's racing 90 to nothing because of the episode.
Now, Lindsay says that the reason why she called the cops is because she wanted to know where her kids were. She said, listen, I knew Robert was taking my kids up to see my parents, but then when I talked to him, he said that he was dropping them off at his parents' house, and basically she don't want her kids to go there.
Yeah.
Okay. My in-laws are in the parking lot right there. In the white Lexus.
Yeah.
I've tried to call them. This is my attorney on the phone. And have not been able to get a hold of them. But that's what I was calling for, was for y'all to come meet with me, because I'm trying to meet up with my husband right now.
So they called and said that you were following them and harassing them, and that's why.
That's not the truth. I was just trying to see where they were going to meet my kids, if I needed to call you to tell you it was the gas station or the house.
So what?
I've been on the phone with her the whole time.
Okay, so y'all were trying to do a custody exchange?
Do I need to just call you back?
Just call me back. I think they're going to take it from here.
Okay, appreciate you. Thank you. All right, bye-bye.
Listen, show him my email if you need to. I just sent to Eddie.
Yeah, I will.
146, 152, 10-4.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
10-4. So what are y'all trying to do? Custody?
46 Thomas, I'm relocating to the client's location in BP West.
In the divorce. He just had my kids with my family all weekend, and I respected that. I didn't go up there with my family. On the way back this morning, they were in Wiggum 30 minutes ago.
23
They were
Thomas,
headed home, and then I get the message that he's dropping them with his parents, who have no rights.
Okay.
So as a witness for me, that's why I called y'all to meet me at his parents' house.
You called?
I called.
Now, this is where it gets interesting, because to me, they have two totally different perspectives, okay? Robert's mom is in a tizzy. She says multiple times in the body cam footage that she is just a nervous wreck.
Heart's racing 90 to nothing because of the episode. There she is, right there.
That's not her.
Is that somebody else?
No, that's somebody else.
Make me nervous. I'm a nervous wreck.
She's got mental issues and everybody knows it and and Lindsay is cool, calm, and collected. Now, it could be because Lindsay is extremely manipulative and she knows what she's doing, or it could also be because she's not unhinged and she's in a nasty divorce and she's trying to document everything through the police and her lawyer, and she's trying to be smart because she's up against a very powerful family.
I asked who my complainant was, and they said the white Lexus. And then,
No, I called first
okay.
this morning, and then I've been on the phone with the attorney and trying to dial them to ask them where the kids were and where they were meeting them, so that I could call y'all to let you know. Because I told you it was I called this morning.
Okay, who'd you speak to this
10-4,
morning?
have complaint of subject trespassing in the area of 107th
call was
Drive,
at 12:38.
107th Drive.
Okay.
Across the
Who knows what's really going on here? But something that I find very interesting is that on April 22nd, okay, 8 days before this body cam footage was recorded on April 30th, Lindsay's mother posted on Facebook these photos right here. Now, I don't know who this LSMB is, or I would give them credit, but the post says, "Blessed to call this beautiful property home." And if you guys look at that bottom photo in the middle right there, it is a photo of Robert, Lindsay, and their 3 kids. And as you guys can see, Robert himself liked the photo. Now, I find that odd because if she was this unhinged woman they think is on substances and, oh my gosh, she's so dangerous, literally 8 days before that, the whole family was at her parents' house. Now, mind you, they were married for 14 years, okay? So their families are intertwined, or should be, and love each other if they did it right, in my opinion. You know, if they did it right, we as wives or daughters or even mothers cannot control the other family members. But if everybody's on the same page, everybody loves each other, that is, in my opinion, the way it should be, right? So maybe Robert and her just met here with the kids to spend time with the family to kind of, you know, like when people get divorced and they're like, we don't want things to be abnormal for the kids. Or maybe they were on again, off again. Who knows? But what I do know is that allegedly 8 days prior, her mama posts these pictures and it don't look like Lindsay's too crazy. Another thing that I find interesting was that Robert's mother told the police that she had been on this, you know, binge or whatever with her boyfriend in the Bahamas, and she had just gotten back. She had been there for the weekend.
She's delusional, and we know that. And her mom and husband, myself, we're all like, you've got to go get some help. You've got to go get some help. You're mental. And she denies it. And then she left the kids this week and went down to the Bahamas. She could have gotten hold of some drugs down there that everybody thinks she's definitely on, but we can't prove it unless we get a hair sample. So if we could get a hair sample and y'all send it off, or if she could get checked out by a doctor right now, they might can find out more that she's been doing these last 4 days in the Bahamas by herself.
But April 30th is actually a Sunday. So that means that if what Robert's mom said is true, then she just got back home that day, which was a Sunday. And so Robert's mom was saying that she was, you know, on substances, but they couldn't prove it. And then when the cops told Lindsay, Lindsay said, drug test me.
10-4-84 Pat, Georgia Tech, Tango Golf, Mike 5139, TGM 5139, white color Hyundai SUV.
That's none of our business.
And they said, no, we can't do that. And then Lindsay's mom would go on to say, well, she's got a weapon in the car. She's got a firearm.
Yeah, they were saying that you were following them, obviously, and that you got a gun, which isn't illegal. It doesn't
No, I don't, though.
It doesn't matter, though.
But I don't.
And
Oh my God.
yeah,
Oh
so
You're welcome to
mother-in-law,
search my car.
something is.
Robert's mom also said that they wanted to get a hair test done on her. Well, if she was on a weekend binge doing the thing, it should still be in her system on Sunday. I mean, we're not talking about Friday or Saturday the next weekend. It should still be in her system. And Lindsay's offering, you know, to take a test. So I don't know, something just ain't quite adding up with them being together allegedly 8 days prior. And then, you know, this situation and the way that Robert's mom is describing her being all this unhinged and dangerous. Now, I do want to say this. I don't know these people. Lindsay could be the most manipulative, cunning, you know, out to get him. She could have been doing all kind of crazy stuff the whole entire marriage, and it's just finally come to a head. And Robert's mom is just taking up for her son because she knows maybe he's a more passive personality and doesn't, you know, have the strength to do it. It could be that. We don't know. We truly don't know what's going on. But from the looks of this, what's being said right off the bat doesn't make sense. On the flip side, Lindsay's saying that she don't know where her kids are, but yet she talked to Robert. He said he was going to take them to the mother-in-law's house, and she didn't want that to happen. Now, on one side, I can understand maybe why she don't want that to happen because of the way that Robin feels about her. Maybe she don't trust her kids being around her because she thinks maybe she's going to put stuff in her kid's head. I don't know. But then, on the other flip side, Robert's mom, who even said this in the body cam footage, lives right behind Robert. So it's like, you know the kids are safe. Why are we calling the police? Unless we're documenting everything for a divorce hearing, which is what, again, it seems like to me. From just what we know, unless Robert and Lindsay or all of them have these like smoking guns behind the scene and all this information and this documentation that we don't know about, to me, all the evidence points towards a very nasty divorce between two strong-willed types of people. And they're like this. They're doing like this, making each other look bad, calling the police so they can get it documented. I don't know. Now, again, this was on April 30th, okay? She didn't get arrested until the middle of July, which means they were still living together this whole time. And I saw a lot of y'all's comments. Some of y'all's comments in the other videos said that when you were going through a divorce, your legal counsel recommends that you stay in the house because that is where you live. However, if what Robin is saying is true about Lindsay in April, that she's unhinged, she can't be trusted, she's dangerous, she's threatening, you're going to tell me in 3 months he didn't get any evidence? You didn't get one photo, one video, no nothing of her being this unhinged and scary? And then when Lindsay called the police to him in the middle of July, the body cam footage that we watched in the other video, Robert didn't say anything about her being on substances or unhinged. They were arguing about her wanting to ride on his private jet to see her boyfriend. So why wasn't Robert telling the police any of these things that the mama's telling the police in April? It's something, there's pieces missing. It's not making a lot of sense here. Another interesting fact about this April 30th body cam footage is Robin, the mother, tells the cops that there is a threat of a text message that Lindsay sent. Robin calls Lindsay's mom, puts Lindsay's mom on the phone with the cops. This is when Lindsay's mom, Cecilia, tells the cops whatever she told them about a text message that Lindsay sent her mother.
Her mother, in a text, you heard what her mother said. You want to tell us what her mother said?
She didn't tell me what the text was, but she said it was threatening, and
Yes.
I asked her where they were at, and I said, look, that's a city issue. They have to report that, okay, because they live in the city.
Do we have to report that?
No, because who got the text?
She did, the mother.
Yeah, she has to report it.
Okay.
Okay, she needs to report it, because here's the thing, if you ain't got a victim, there's no crime. Does that make sense? So she's the victim. She told me it was threatening, and I asked her where she lived and where her daughter lived.
Resident of the subdivision,
They got to
the
call
uncle,
police.
giving them permission to
Okay,
fish
she
out here.
said
Or to not
it
set
was
their...
a threat. Robin, which is my name, or Robert, neither one.
Yeah.
I'm threatening both of them.
So to me, it sounded like Lindsay told her mom that she was threatening Robin and Robert. Threatening them what? What's the context? Was she threatening to take the kids away? Was she threatening to sue their pants off? Was she threatening to end their lives? Because that's what Robin is saying, but yet she didn't say that in the text. It seems like if there was actually a text message with a real life threat, they would have been done something with that. Again, maybe there's a lot of information that we don't know. Maybe they do have documentation of things that Lindsay was doing that was violent. But it could also be a situation, again, of a nasty divorce between two people. Robert's family, having his back and taking up for him, which I cannot blame them at all. But it seems like if she was on all these substances and she was, a danger, a threat to the kids and them, that he would have put that in the divorce a few weeks prior versus he was divorcing her over adulterous conduct. Why didn't you put all of the other stuff in there and not adulterous conduct? Unless your family saw that divorce paper she filed and saw everything she wanted and said, oh, heck no. Oh, no. You're getting the kids. And then they go to speak to the lawyer and they find out the only way you can take custody of the kids is if you can prove she's an unfit mother. Well, now she's unhinged. She's on substances. You need a hair follicle test. She's delusional. She's got a weapon. She's making threats. It just seems quite convenient. I can't imagine going through this for either side. My heart hurts for the kids because it seems like in the body cam footage that we've seen, the kids are being used, okay? And they may not know it because they're not around in the body cam footage. But really, who knows what's talked about in front of them or behind closed doors. And I really hope that the families don't talk in front of the kids like that. I believe that maybe that they don't. No matter what really has gone on behind closed doors between Robert and Lindsay, though kids are innocent and they love their mama and they love their daddy. And it doesn't matter what Lindsay did to Robin or Robert. They love their mom. They're going to always love their mom. They're going to always love their dad. I hope that if Lindsay isn't dangerous, and we still don't know yet, she could be. It could come out later on that there was a whole plan, that she, you know, whatever, and she really thought she was going to off him. But she'd have to be a real dummy to do that. 1 minute she's on the phone with her lawyer making all this documentation, and the next minute she's going to fly on his jet with him down to the Bahamas after the mother-in-law has documented with the police that she's threatened them and all that. She's going to fly with him down there and then have him off. I mean, she got it. You'd have to, but we've seen some dumb criminals, but she would have to take the cake if that was really her plan. You guys know that if she is convicted of these charges down in the Bahamas, that she could get 30 to 60 years in prison. 30 to 60 years. And if she's found guilty, she better have this better be real. And remember how we talked in the last video that she had a bond of $100,000 for this text message that she admitted to the cops when they saw the text message. They handed their phones over to the police and she was like, yeah, I did it, but it was a joke. I mean, that's what she told the cops. And then they were arrested. She was thrown in the prison there and given a $100,000 bond. Well, when I was looking through the Bohemian news sources, I found an article of one guy that had murdered 2 people. He had already allegedly, according to this article, killed 2 people. He was in the prison there and he was conspiring to kill one of the officers, one of the Bohemian police officers there, and they gave him a $30,000 bond. A $30,000 bond, and then they gave her $100,000. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Thank y'all so much for watching. I cannot wait to see what y'all's opinions are because my head is spinning. Hopefully more information will come out and things will become clearer. And if they don't, I do hope it's because everything is settled amicably behind the scenes for the sake of the 3 children, because they're the ones that are going to have to deal with this for the long haul. They will grow up one day. They will see everything. They're going to hear both sides and they're going to form their own opinions. And I just really hope that it's that mistakes were made, things got heated. We worked it out because we loved you guys and then they moved on because this is difficult. Y'all let me know what y'all think down below. Other than that, I love you guys. Thank y'all again for being here and I'll see y'all in the next video. Love you guys. Bye.